Hello dear students, welcome to my ninth lecture of electrical estimation and costing. Today we'll start another topic which is procedures for designing the circuits and deciding the number of subcircuits. So after the service connection, or you can say after the energy meter, the main circuit which is phase and neutral wires should be divided into two subcircuits. One subcircuit is for light and fan loads, whereas the second subcircuit is for power or heating loads. In the picture, you can see this is the incoming supply, and it is further from the supply cutout. It is divided into two circuits. The first circuit is for fan and light load, whereas the second subcircuit is for power and heating load. For the protection point of view, we should provide fuse and MCBs to these subcircuits. So there is one more recommendation, that in each house there should be at least two lighting subcircuits. The first lighting subcircuit is for the internal lighting of the house, whereas the second subcircuit is for the all external lightings like steps, walkways, porch, car park, terrace, etc. In the picture, you can see that this is the incoming supply and this is main distribution board. From this main distribution board, the main circuit is divided into three sub-circuits. Suppose this is for power and heating load. Then these two sub-circuits will be used for lightings. The first sub-circuit is for the internal lighting, and the second sub-circuit will be used for the external lighting of the house. So in the case of three-phase installation, we should plan beforehand. In the case of three-phase installation, all the loads should be divided equally among all three phases. Here in the picture, you can see that this is the incoming line, and after the main distribution board, it is given to the bus bar arrangement. Here all the loads are equally divided among all three phases, so that the system get balanced. So for balancing the main circuit or sub-circuits, we should equally divide the loads among all three phases. So there are some more recommendations, like more than 1 kilowatt load, it should be provided with an isolator switch or MCB. Above the sink or gas stoves, the switchboards should be at height of 2.5 meter. The switchboard height should not be less than 1.25 meter from the floor level. The energy meter height should not be less than 1 meter from the ground, or you can say the energy meter should be installed at a height where it is convenient to note the meter reading. Now move to the next slide, and here we'll start another topic, which is selection of type of wiring and rating of wires and cables. So what is systems of wiring and what is wiring? So after the service connection, or you can say the energy meter, the electric wires are taken to the main switchboard. From the main switchboard, the electric wires will then run along the consumer's building and other premises to distribute power to all the points where the load is situated. So the scheme through which the power is given to the particular load by using electric wires is known as electric wiring. So there are several types of electric wiring. The first one is known as clit wiring. The second one is wood casing wiring. The third one is batten wiring. The fourth one is conduit wiring. So let's start with the first wiring scheme, which is known as clit wiring. In this wiring scheme, we use clit. The wires or cables run over these clits. These clits are made of porcelain. It consists two parts. The first one is known as base piece on which the wire runs, and the second part is known as cap, which is used to fix the wires or cables on the base piece. In some cases, special pattern of clit is used, where the conductors pass round the corners, so that there should not be any risk of conductors touching the wall. The distance between two clits should not exceed 0.6 meters. In the case where the clit wiring is on a metal portion, there should be a space between such metal and the porcelain clay, and it should be filled with the varnished wood clamp so that the conductor does not come in contact with the metal. The wire used in this type of wiring is vulcanized rubber insulated cable or PVC cable. Here in the picture you can see the clit wiring scheme. As you know that the clit has two parts. The first one is known as base piece, which is basically fixed on the wall. The wire or cable runs over the base of the clit. The cap is used to fix these wires on the base of the clit. Now, the second type of wiring is known as wood casing. Here we use wooden casing and capping. This wood casing is fixed on the walls. This wood casing has grooves, and inside these grooves the cables run. And after that, with the help of wooden capping, we covered the wooden casing. Here also we can use vulcanized rubber cables or PVC cables. This casing and capping is made of well-seasoned teak wood or other hardwood. This should be thoroughly varnished inside and outside with pure shellac varnish. In the picture you can see that this is wood casing. Here the lower part is known as casing, which has grooves. Inside these grooves the wires run. This casing is basically fixed on the walls, and after that this capping is used to cover this wooden casing. Then the third wiring scheme is known as batten wiring. In this type of wiring we use well seasoned straight teak wood battens. These wood battens are nothing but wood strips. These wood strips should be varnished on its all four sides, and the thickness of these wood battens should not be less than 10 mm. The width of this wooden batten uh, depends upon the number of cables which would be laid on this batten. The batten should be fixed on the walls or ceilings with the help of wooden screw or wooden plug. The distance between these two wooden screws should not exceed 75 centimeters. Here on the wooden batten, the cables are fixed with the help of tinned brass link clips. In the picture, you can see this is wooden strip or wooden batten which is fixed on the wall, and over these wooden batten the wires run. With the help of these tin brass link clips, we fix wires on the wooden batten. Now we will see the fourth wiring scheme, which is known as Canoed wiring. In this wiring scheme, we use Canoed pipes. Inside these Canoed pipes, the electric wires runs. There are two types of Canoed wiring. The first one is known as surface Canoed wiring, and the second one is known as concealed Canoed wiring. The first picture shows the surface Canoed wiring scheme. Here you can see the Canoed pipes are fixed on the walls or surface with the help of saddle. This saddle is fixed with the help of wooden plug and screw. The distance between two saddles should not be more than 60 centimeters. In the case of bends, we use normal bends or some specific bends to fix it on the wall. In the second picture, you can see that this explains concealed Canoed wiring. For that, with the help of machines, we put some grooves inside the walls, and in these grooves we fit these Canoed pipes. In the case of surface Canoed wiring, we use non-metallic Canoed pipes like Canoed PVC Canoed pipes. Here we can use either metallic pipes, which is made of GI pipes, or non-metallic pipes like PVC Canoed pipes. Here you can see a table which explains that how much number of insulated cables may be drawn inside a Canoed pipe of different size. The first two columns explains the data of size of cable. In the third column, we take a data of different size of Canoed pipes. Here take an example. For a 16 mm diameter of Canoed pipe, we can use total 5 numbers of insulated cables of 1 square mm. Likewise, for 20 mm diameter Canoed pipe, we can use 7 numbers of insulated cables of 1 square mm. Same like for different size of Canoed pipes, we can use different numbers of insulated cables of different size. So thank you guys. Thank you very much. That's all about today's lecture.